So anyway, let's read one Devo for today. And then I want to talk about masculine energy as opposed to feminine energy because that's been on my mind. So let's do that next. But March 9th. Rest in my radiant presence. The world around you seems to spin. Hold on. Oh, by the way, I lost my pink reading glasses the other day when I was having a bad night. My pink reading glasses disappeared. That's the last day I wore them. And they have mysteriously disappeared. They've vanished. I have no idea where in the house they are. And the other thing I'm missing is my probiotic. I had a new box, a $50 box of a new probiotic, which I didn't really love. It was giving me tummy aches and stuff. But regardless, both the white box of probiotics and the pink reading glasses have vanished. And I've been looking for these things. I don't know where they've gone. Where in the house? Like, our house is small. They're probably together somewhere. I'm curious, like, where have these things gone? But it did motivate me to finally, like, reorder my Plexus. I really have been wanting to reorder my Plexus, and I had been kind of just not doing it for whatever reason. And now, because I couldn't find that box of probiotics, then I finally reordered my Plexus. So I'm super excited. Like, that should come hopefully soon, and we'll get my body all realigned again. That's probably why I'm off kilter lately. Like, my gut health is just not quite right with 0 probiotics. But anyway, let's move on. Rest in my radiant presence. The world around you seems to spin faster and faster till everything is a blur. Yet there is a cushion of calm at the center of your life where you live in union with me. Return to this soothing center as often as you can, for this is where you are energized, filled with my love, joy, and peace. The world is a needy place. Do not go there for sustenance. Instead, come to me. Learn to depend on me alone, and your weakness will become saturated with my power. When you find your completeness in me, you can help other people without using them to meet your own needs. Live in Kitty, darling, not now. Live in the light of my presence, and your light will shine brightly into the lives of others. Galatians 5:22, 2 Corinthians 12:9, and 1 John 4:12. I've been trying to do that today. I've been trying to, like, get recentered. I was like, I am not doing a good job remaining in the vine lately. Like, I'm off course. And so, like, today I just listened to worship music all morning. That was really helpful to me. When I first became a Christian, that's what I did. I was going through so much warfare, which I didn't even understand warfare existed at the time. But I was going through a lot when I was brand new to church, and all I would do is listen to worship music. And I would, like, learn the songs at church down, because I didn't know any Christian music. I would learn the song, and then I would download it onto my phone, and then I would play it on repeat over and over and over and over. And then eventually I had 2 songs, and then 3 songs, and 4. Now there's like 100 songs on my phone at least. But I would go, like, that was back when we were working in the office, and I would, like, listen to this worship music 8 hours, like, all day, like, the entire time I was working. You know what? Kitty, you need to stay down. And it just was so healing, and it, like, took care of, like, whatever the warfare stuff that was going on. Like, it dealt with that for me, just listening to the worship music. And so still now and then, like, I used to listen to, I had a playlist for nighttime. Now I do the Hallow app at night, so that's a little different. And then I don't as often pull out the worship music on a regular basis anymore, because now I'll listen more to, like, different church services, or, like, I have other, like, go-to things. But every now and then when I'm like, I'm off kilter, like, something's wrong with me, then I will pull out the worship music again, and just kind of, it helps me realign what they're talking about, what they're singing about, just the words, like, and it helps me just get back on track. So Anyway, okay, so masculine and feminine energy has been on my mind. I think because we were talking about relationships the other day, and I was super in my masculine. So my last video when we were reading Luke, and I was talking about my ex will always put me into my masculine, but regardless, I was in my masculine energy, and so I want to talk about that. Like I am a girl, right? Female, God made me a woman. I do best when I'm in my feminine energy, and that's a different way of moving through the world than somebody who's in their masculine energy, right? Anyone can do both. Women can be both in their masculine and in their feminine. Men can be in their feminine and in their masculine, and it's kind of like a balance. Some people are like naturally more one or the other, but everyone has both, right? But I'm obviously more content and more at peace and more happy if I'm in my feminine energy. The problem is, like with work, I'm in a job where, I guess without talking about my work, but the closest description to my job is it's like being a police officer. So you can imagine a police officer, they're generally in their masculine energy, male or female. They're in their masculine. Anytime you're an officer of anything, you're enforcing anything, you're in your masculine, right? And you have to do that to survive in the work world. You can't be like not all of us just, I don't know what people in their feminine energy do during the workday, but it's like you, in America, in the work world, you're probably leaning towards your masculine energy, right? So what does the average woman want? She wants to come home after work and be in her feminine, drop down, relax, like move into her feminine energy. Now, if you're married and you're living in a palace with your husband, right, and he's in his masculine and you can drop down into your feminine, everyone's happy. But if you're a single parent, you don't get to come home and drop down into your feminine because now you're back in your masculine even at home. Why? Because, oh, something's going on with the car. We need to like car maintenance. Guess who's going to do that? Me. Oh, house maintenance? Like everything is falling apart and breaking and now the garage door is not working again. And, you know, let's not even discuss the state of my bathroom repairs that are needed. Like, you know, literally everything's falling apart everywhere and I have zero skills to fix it and zero money to fix it. What's that gonna do? Put me in my masculine energy, right? Because now I can't just ignore it, although I will ignore it as long as I can, but you should not ignore it. That'll keep you in your masculine, right? Parenting stuff. Don't think once you get a divorce, you're done parenting with that other person. That other human being still exists on the planet. You have to parent together. Well, you have kids. Kids take decades to grow up, and divorced or not, you're still parenting. If anything, it's worse because now you're divorced. So now you have to work through that together. Like, and that's been intense lately. We've been working through some stuff. So it's just like, when do I drop down? When do I get to like move into my feminine? It's very, very rare. So I think that's what, for a long time, I kind of fell into that pattern post-divorce of like, oh, I have a night off. The kids are at their dad's or whatever. I'm alone for a minute, right? Let me be in a relationship and have a moment to have a breather, right? What man can be around to drop me into my feminine? If he's in his masculine and I can be in my feminine for a minute, have a breather, right? Give me a bath, give me a massage, right? Feed me some food. Like, let me just take it down a notch, right? Be warm. Let me be warm. Can I have a snuggle, right? And so, and then also save me, protect me, right? From all my problems. Like if you can fix a car, you can fix a house, like literally my hero, right? Because I am overwhelmed. I have too much on my plate. Who's going to save me, right? Who's going to save me? Who's going to protect me? Who's going to take the burden off me? Because I'm doing two people's work in my masculine energy 24 hours a day with no break. right? And then, but over time, what I was learning was, okay, well, I'm making men my idol, and I'm making men my savior. And it took me a long time. Like, I had to understand, like, no, you're not supposed to do that. God, Jesus is your go-to, right? Jesus doesn't want you to be like going to the men to save you, because you end up hurting yourself in the process. You end up like taking your own self out by doing that. Jesus is like, I'll take care of you. Like, I'll take care of your stuff. Like, I'll take care of your house. I'll take care of your car. I'll take care of your finances. I'll take care of your health. Like, I got you. Jesus will have you. But you have to like understand, okay, I don't need the men to save me from life. Like, I'm protected already. Right? And so that's something just this year, maybe 2 years, like I'm just getting a handle on, which is why I'm actively not dating right now, because I will fall in a heartbeat into like, somebody save me. Somebody save me. Let me drop down into my feminine for a minute. So I can't even entertain the idea of like, let me try and date somebody, because I am like retraining myself to not be like that. And so other people might look at it and be like, oh, well, you know, she's single. Nobody must like her. I have the opposite problem. Everybody and their brother. Like, I can be in a relationship instantaneously, right? I could be married. Like, I'm actively not doing it. And people might be like, oh, well, you're making your life harder. You know, why are you choosing that? Why are you trying to be single? You don't have to do this for your religion. You know, this kind of thing. But it's not about that. It's just like, when you know what Jesus offers and like what God offers, and even though sometimes I might like not be remaining in the vine, right? But the other times I am. And when you know how good it is, you're not going to be willing to lose that and sacrifice that or give that up for some guy, right? Because the reality is, most of the men that I encounter, as wonderful human beings as they might be, they're not Christian. That's just the reality. I've never been exposed to like a Christian man. But so they're in their own version of hell, and they don't even see it. Sometimes they know that they're in a living hell, and they just don't, like, it's kind of like they refuse to leave that spot, right? And I've been through the stage of like, let me try and do everything possible to save you and to pull you out of your hell. Like, let me go into your hell with you and lift you up like you're drowning, and let me drown too, and just save you and carry you up. You know, let me bring you to Jesus, right? For you, because you can't do it. And it just kills me. Jesus is like, I got them. You don't have to worry about them. It's not your job, Jennifer, to save all the good men in the world, right? Like, Jesus has got them, or doesn't, or whatever. However they do that, I don't even know. But it's not my role. And so we're currently working on me just taking care of me and going to God for all the things. But anyway, so it also is like a relearning, like, how do I get into my feminine by just simply being in my feminine, not going to a man who's masculine to drop me down into my feminine. But how can I just live and breathe and move around as, you know, in my feminine as much as possible, knowing that there's a lot of masculine energy that still is, I have to just do. But I try to be real conscious about putting myself in my own feminine as much as possible, because it just helps me, just calms me and brings me so much peace. So I look around and I see other people. I can see when they're in a relationship where the woman is in her masculine and the man is in his feminine, and you can just see how unhappy they are. And I feel for them, because I used to be in like a relationship like that, and it's torture. So I definitely strongly recommend, like, I like the churches that focus on the men almost even more than the women sometimes, because what they're doing is they're making those men godly, good, strong leaders. And when you have that, then the women are going to be happy. Whereas there are other churches who they focus a lot on the feminine energy, which you would think as a woman I would like. Like, I do like that they'll do like a sisterhood night and stuff like that. Like, they don't neglect their women, but I wouldn't attend a church like that regularly where they're so focused on the feminine, because if you watch who attends, the men who attend are feminine men, which is repulsive to me. But and they're not building up strong, they're building up men who are following the women, and I don't love that. So I definitely think there is something to where the Bible talks about like being submissive and to your man or whatever. Like, I don't, like, a lot of people will react to that. I fully believe it. Like, I think that there is definitely, maybe hierarchy is the wrong word, but there's differences in how the men should be versus how the women should be. And so anyway, that is that. I'm sorry this video went 3 minutes over. Now it's going to be too long. But anyway, I just want to kind of speak about that. The differences with the feminine energy versus the masculine energy. So that's why I wear dresses a lot. Like, even right now, I'm like, today I'm like, I need to wear a dress. And I like put a dress on around the house. I'm not going anywhere. But just a comfortable, just flowy dress just feels so much better than like if I have to wear pants. Like, even little things like that will make a difference. So anyway, that is that. I can't wait till my plexus comes. I'll let you know when it comes. I love it. I wanted to order more. I almost got like $300 worth, but I restrained myself. Kept it to the basics. But I think that will help like re-center my gut health. And we've been eating a lot of Girl Scout cookies around here, so definitely need to get a good probiotic and realign spiritually and realign physically. So anyway, have a good day. Bye.